Get ready for an emotional roller coaster ride this fall. September and October promise to be rich with emotional intensity as you look at your deepest fears, your deepest emotions, and old wounds that you thought you had already healed. Get ready to let go of the past and prepare for the future. Welcome to the new Connection Astrology forecast for September and October 2012. I'm your host, Vicki Thompson. Joining me today is astrologer Mark Dodage. Today's astrology forecast is brought to you by Inner Traditions, Bear and Company. It's one of the largest and oldest publishing houses in the world, devoted exclusively to bringing you books on the subjects of spirituality, esotericism, astrology, and alternative health and healing. Mark, welcome to the new Connection Astrology forecast for September and October 2012.
Hello again. 2 months have went by quickly.
It was a long, hot summer with fires and just all sorts of things that you were talking about.
I hate it when those bad predictions come true.
I know. I'm sitting there going, Mark said it would happen, and it did.
I want to be wrong.
I know. There are certain things you want to be wrong about.
Yeah.
Well, coming up in the fall, I love the fall as we go into cooler temperatures. Kids go back to school. Things seems to lighten up a bit. But it seems like we're not in for a lightning period. We're in for lightning, as in electrical storms happening in the fall. So it sounds like during this time, we're going to have a really emotional, intense time, which is a term that can scare a lot of people. So really, just what do we have to look forward to?
It's true. This past summer, I did just a few brief comments and some lectures about Saturn moving into Scorpio, and it seemed to bring everybody's fears up. And I'm here to say that doesn't have to be the case. Saturn's the planet that goes and it restructures something. For the past 2 years, since the summer of 2010, it's been in Libra, the sign of relationships and analyzing all the aspects of your life. So everybody's been restructuring relationships. Well, now, starting in October and lasting into 2015, Saturn moves into emotionally intense Scorpio. So where people are in their emotional integrity, they got nothing to worry about. Where people have been avoiding deep-level old emotions, or they got old emotional hurts or wounds that they've shoved off into their psychological closet, they should expect that those are going to come to the surface. And yeah.
Not fun.
Not fun, but necessary. On a spiritual level, whatever philosophy people are holding towards the end of the Mayan calendar in December, we want to enter a new phase in a clear, good kind of a way, not carrying old ball and chain kind of energy.
Now, you're talking about Saturn in Taurus and Scorpio. Are there some signs that are going to get it worse than others, or are we going to have it equal among all of the different signs?
Well, the Saturn is in the Scorpio, and then we have some other things called the nodes of the moon in Scorpio and Taurus. And so what we would call the fixed signs. Fixed signs in astrology are really good at surviving through anything, but they have lessons in learning to let go. So that would be Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo are these survivor type signs. But as I said, they need to let go, or what do they not need to carry with them anymore. And so what I would say is those signs, to the extent that they have done their cleanup work, just cruise right through this, and those who have avoided dealing with issues are going to have them presented to them directly.
So you mentioned the nodes of the moon. So what does that set up with this whole emotional time coming in the fall?
Well, so first, the nodes are these spiritual soul destiny points, spiritual destiny, and they spend about 1.5 years on each of the signs. So for the last 1.5 years, they've been in Gemini and Sagittarius, which are much more adaptable, more flexible, more playful, more willing to explore. Well, they're moving into Scorpio and Taurus, so think your value system is being pulled apart to step into a higher set of values would be one way to talk about it. And of course, it's going to take 1.5 years to go through that process. The beauty is all of the, those feelings that say, I need to make some decisions about some things in my life. Well, under Gemini and Sag, where they've been for the last 1.5 years, well, I'll explore this option, I'll explore this option. But Taurus and Scorpio says, time to, I don't know, fish or cut bait.
You know, when people talk about Scorpio, what the heck is Scorpio? Sometimes they get that feeling that it's such a deep and mysterious sign. So is that part of why we're going so deep this fall?
It is, and it actually started building up later in the summer this year in some other ways. Um, let's just say we need to go to the very depths of our being to be in our emotional integrity so that we can make the changes or create the reality in our life that we want to create. And that's basically what it is. It's a good thing. It just sometimes it scares people because, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to deal with the shadow part of my being in order to get there.
Luckily, the stars have some fun times ahead during the fall equinox. Okay, give us something good. What do we have to look forward to then?
It's not all tough. There's actually some pretty fun stuff, particularly towards the end of September. We're going to have the planet Mercury, which is a light, fun, keep it moving kind of a sign. Of course, we'll have the Sun and Mercury both in Libra, and they make a relationship we call a trine. Like think of a triangle or a pyramid, stable, flowing, harmonious, to Jupiter and Gemini. So anyone that wanted to make like short, quick trips, short, quick classes, keep it light and easy and keep it playing, particularly the last half of September, maybe the very beginning of October, would be really supportive of that.
And that sounds like it's also around the time of the fall equinox as well,
Exactly.
when we have some fun time coming up too.
Yeah, and so one thing people might experience is things going on multiple levels. On one level, there'd be this playful, let's have some fun. And on the other level, it'd be, there's some things that need to change in my life on a much deeper level. So people should be aware that we're going to have multiple layers of things going on. Because a lot of times people want it nice and clean. Well, sometimes, you know, the deep emotions and the lighter part come together and they look contradictory, but they can find a way to work together.
Well, it sounds like we've got our silver lining within all of this chaos that's going to be happening in the fall.
And it really is a good thing. I mean, people who have been wanting to make needed changes are going to start making choices, and they're the kind of choices you don't go back from.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's fabulous for people to get in there and just really clean house, let go of the past, and really get ready for the future.
There's something to be said for getting rid of the clutter, whether it's in our external closets or whether it's in our emotions.
Wonderful. Well, Mark, we'll chat during the fall and
All right.
we'll get it all out. We'll get ready, and then I'll see you back here for November, December.
Perfect.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Want more details on your sign? Check out our website and look for Starscope and Astromark at newconnectionjournal.com. Join us next time for the New Connection Astrology Forecast and get connected.